welcome to the Australian Gamers Show. I'm Jay.
And I'm Luke.
And we are bringing you quite a few things today, I think. First one on the list, PlayStation Network is down.
No, that's the second. The first one, and the most important one, is Pole Dancing.
Yeah, we'll get back to that. EB Games Expo.
Firemint being bought out, I guess.
Oh, I was going to say I don't need a mint. I'm okay.
Okay.
And some of the games we've been playing.
Yes, a lot. Quite a lot.
Quite a lot there. So let's get the elephant thing, issue out of the room here. Pole dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pole dancing.
I was actually going to say Mortal Kombat, but the first thing that came to my head was pole dancing. Now, how are we going to show people this? We can't really release any photos, well, we could, couldn't we? We just can't show what we were there for.
Yeah, and we could just blur everything out.
You mean all the Duke Nukem stuff that we saw?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
We weren't supposed to talk about that.
Oh, whoops. Okay. Well, we had an experience the other day, didn't we, Luke?
Yeah, we went along to the Duke Nukem multiplayer event.
Oh.
We had a chat with our good friend Randy Pitchford from Gearbox.
We're best friends now.
Oh, we've always been best friends.
Yeah, and I picked up his Street Pass when I was there. That was pretty exciting. I didn't realize until I turned my DS on the next day, and I was like, Randy's on my Street Pass.
Did he have like Street Fighter or anything? Did you guys battle it out?
Nah, he, what did he say? Oh, I can't remember, because when you open Street Pass up, it tells you the most frequent game. Yeah, the most recent game. I can't remember what his was, but there wasn't anything.
Something terrible?
Yeah, it did look like something terrible, like Borderlands 2 on the 3DS or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not true.
But anyway, so we were talking about Duke Nukem, and we were at this event that involved poles.
A couple poles.
A few more women.
A couple of women.
Yeah, one of them was the national champion for pole dancing.
Yes.
So she's up there, literally and figuratively.
Yep.
Yeah. What did you think of their pole dancing skills?
They're pretty crazy. Like, I saw you trying to have a go at that one.
Well, I was going to say, what do you think about my pole dancing skills?
You were pretty good.
I'm amazing at pole dancing. I do not know how I picked it up so quickly, but yeah.
So they taught Jay some moves.
They taught me
a simple spin or something.
Yeah, they taught me the simple spin.
Yep.
And then they taught me the one where you sort of get up and wrap your legs and your arms around the pole and spin. So that was pretty exciting. I'm well on my way to being a pole dancer.
Yeah.
Just maybe one or two more lessons, and I can get my.
You'll be national men's champion.
Do you reckon they've got that somewhere out there?
Oh, surely they do.
You reckon?
They'd have to.
Are you gonna enter?
I will enter if you enter.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's a deal. It's a deal.
That'd
be awesome if we became famous as these gaming pole dancers. And the reason why we started was because we went to a gaming event. Do you think that would be hilarious?
No, that's not funny at all. So not much to do with the game, but the pole dancing was an interesting experience.
Yeah, the reason why we're beating around the bush about the game is because we're not
allowed to talk about it.
But we interviewed Randy.
We did.
He was a bit of fun.
He's alright. He can talk, that guy.
I think you could sit there and ask him one question and he would take maybe an hour or so.
We had about 12 or 13 questions lined up, and we got through about less than half.
Yeah.
And the guy was trying to cut us off behind the camera. And we just kept firing questions, and he was getting pretty annoyed.
Yeah, I was annoyed you cut me off, and I was like, what's going on? And then you explained that the guy behind the camera was like, no more. I didn't realise I wasn't looking at him. I was looking at Randy.
But we got some good ones in there. You'll see them very soon.
Yeah.
Luckily, though, we nearly had problems with the audio because Jay doesn't know how to microphone check.
I don't think you should blame anything technological on me because that's not my responsibility.
With you walking around, I definitely heard you going check into a microphone. To me, that makes me think Jay's checking the equipment. That's good. I can let him do what he needs to do.
I think you're hearing things because when I say check in my language, what that means is that I'm getting ready to do an interview.
I want the bill.
But what was I going to say? Yeah, so the audio, just make sure you look after that stuff next time.
Yeah.
I do the questions because I'm good at questions, and you make sure all that technical shit's all set up.
I will.
Good boy.
We'll do that at E3.
Yeah. Oh shit.
You'll be in charge of nothing, basically. That'll be good.
I'll be in charge of all the fun stuff.
Yep. You can look pretty. So that should be up very, very soon. The audio is working. We managed to fix it, thanks to the magic of audio software. And we'll talk about the game probably some other time. But what else are we going to talk about today?
Well, there's this little issue it's only a really tiny issue, but it's come up, over the PlayStation Network. Apparently that went down, but I didn't really notice.
I didn't notice either. I don't use it that much.
No.
I've been without internet for 2 weeks.
Yeah, how did you survive?
I don't know.
So what did you do when you had this feeling like, you were missing out on all that porn and stuff that was getting released?
It's not a good feeling at all.
No. Yeah, I don't know what it's like, Luke, because
2 weeks back.
yeah. Well, did you get all the gay porn you were after?
I managed to catch up. Yeah. So
Cool.
I'm back in the loop.
Awesome, good to hear. So with the PlayStation Network down, there was a lot of hoo-ha about it. Press conference was held on Sunday, I think, with
in Japan.
Kaz. Yeah, with Kaz saying, publicly sorry to everyone.
And bowing.
And, did he bow?
Yeah, they did.
Oh, okay. That's a very
They
honorable
were really
thing.
sorry.
It's an honorable thing to do. But what they should really be doing is getting their katana out and just stabbing themselves in the chest, saying, "I'm not worthy."
I haven't seen that movie.
No, it's not a movie. It's just a tradition.
Ah.
Shit happens, man. And so they've come out to say, "We're sorry. Here's a free PlayStation Plus subscription for 30 days."
Yeah.
Wow.
I can't wait.
I'm gonna use that to its full extent, which would be what?
Demos.
One game.
And a demo.
Is that all it does?
I
right
don't
now?
know. I've never used it.
Doesn't it have some other?
I actually know people on my list that have PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, I've got maybe about 3 or 4 on my list as well, which I just snigger at. Snicker?
That's a tiger, isn't it?
Oh, okay. Huh?
Snicker.
Snickers.
Snickers. Hey, that's what I said. Tiger.
From what?
Isn't the
it's
guy
a
in the
chocolate
Frosties box?
It's a chocolate bar. Do they still sell Frosties in Australia?
I want to hope so. They're pretty good.
I'm pretty sure they were discontinued somewhere. They're like cornflakes with icing sugar, aren't they?
No.
Yeah.
They're a little bit different.
And it's got the tiger on the front.
That's right, and it's a blue box.
Yeah, I remember the blue box. No, that's like from the 80s, man. They don't have that around anymore.
I bet you they do.
Really?
Yeah.
Haven't they moved on to like...
Rice bubbles.
No, like healthy options.
Who wants to eat healthy?
Cardboard, the new cereal. It's just made out of bits of cardboard.
Yeah.
Low GI.
I suppose if you're one of those type of people, but I like my garbage food.
So
We're nerds.
So Kaz says that PlayStation Network is going to be up this week. It's now Wednesday.
Wednesday night, nearly Thursday.
So I think the week's almost up. Like, it's got 2 more days and then it's going.
Yeah.
We did talk to that person at Sony today.
We
remember?
did.
And she did mention that, it's coming out in regional phases of release. So
Yep.
we're probably not high on the priority. In fact, we're pretty low on that priority. I remember I was looking up the stats and we were 8th in the world for PSN usage.
You want to think they're going to try and get probably Japan on first, and
No,
probably
US.
US.
No, US first, then Japan. You
Where's
reckon?
the data centers mainly? Japan?
Up in the sky, like in a satellite somewhere?
Really?
Don't they have like all these? They've got like 500 PlayStations glued together.
Azeroth.
And it just rotates around the world.
You've got no idea what I'm talking about, do you?
And what's Azeroth?
That's what I thought.
Is that a Harry Potter reference?
Yeah.
Okay.
Matt would know.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. See, I guessed that.
I know. You're pretty good.
Are you pulling my leg?
Yeah.
You're a dick.
So, hopefully this week, I guess some of the big controversial things people have been talking about is the information that's potentially been leaked out there. We know usernames, first names, last names, addresses, things like that is accessible apparently. One of the things they're not sure of is the credit card situation.
Yeah, I don't. I call bullshit on it. I don't think anyone in this country. I don't know about the rest of the world, but no one in this country has actually been frauded.
And why is that?
Because the information is not out there. It's people out there have already been reporting. I've seen sites out there reporting that there has been fraud in this country, but it's not from the PlayStation Network. It's just your normal fraud that happens out there day in day out. Especially if you're someone that likes to do a lot of internet transactions.
Yeah. And doesn't know how to use the internet properly.
Yeah, you're gonna lose your information, and it's not gonna be through some PlayStation hack. It's gonna be you just letting your details go out to any site here and there.
Yeah. And how is it you know this information, Jay?
I heard it down the street somewhere.
Down the street.
Some dude, like this guy on the corner, he just asked me for a bit of money and he gave me all this information. So I only gave him $2.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's a good tip.
it's pretty good. No, I work at a reputable financial institution. Is that the nice way to put it?
Yeah, without telling anybody where it is.
It's a wanky place.
Which bank?
It's the best kind of wanky place you could find.
You're supposed to say, never mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But basically, you've asked around at work and they've said.
Yeah. Well,
no
we
one's heard of
haven't
it.
had any attacks at all, based off of this. So there's no cause for alarm. I'm not cancelling my card. I'm not doing anything with it. I've got no problems with it. I check my transactions, not daily. I maybe check them maybe once or twice a week.
Yeah.
And if anything does happen to your card, regardless of if it's from the PlayStation Network or not, you're not liable for it.
Yeah, you're protected.
You're protected. Yeah, because it's not you that's let that information out. It's gone out from some other means. So
chill out.
yeah, chill the
Take
fuck
a
out.
pill.
What else were we going to say about that? Oh, games. Have you been missing much about the PlayStation Network though? Like, the only thing I really miss is Portal 2. I wanted to play online with some friends and stuff, and I haven't had a chance to do that because I've got the PS3 version. But apart from that, Mortal Kombat, maybe I wanted to give that a go online, but yeah, nothing else.
I haven't had internet, as I said, so I haven't been able to use it anyway. But generally, the only thing I use it for is just, I guess, updates and that's it. Trophies.
You don't play much online?
No, not really.
Yeah, there's not really much on the PS3.
Not even on the Xbox. I don't really play online much. Usually my online game is PC focused.
Because you're a PC fanboy.
It's because it's the superior platform, Jack. You'd know this if you had a good PC.
I have a pretty good
It's
PC.
alright, yeah.
Yeah, shut your mouth.
Oh well. Anyway, let's move on.
EB.
EB.
I hear this is your favorite retailer.
I love these guys. They're amazing.
Where's your nearest one now? Now that you've moved to the city as opposed to the country.
The sticks. Yeah. My nearest EB, I have no idea. I haven't looked. I've got a JB like down the road. We can probably throw a rock at it from here.
What's that shopping center called?
The Super Center.
Oh, we drove past it
Yeah.
today, didn't we?
With an A, the Super with an A.
I'm sure it has an
Center with
EB
an A.
Games as well. If it's got a JB, it should have an EB pretty close by.
Probably.
Yeah? No? Okay.
I think there's one, down the road.
Okay.
Surrey Hills or something.
You don't live near Surrey Hills.
Yeah, I do. It's the next suburb across.
I live near Surrey Hills.
You're an idiot.
You whatever. But yeah, EB Games. They're putting on their trade show later this year. Do they do one or two a year? One or two?
I think it's one every year. They do
One every year,
a big
okay.
one towards Christmas.
Yeah. So what they're thinking about doing this time is it confirmed or unconfirmed?
I think they haven't announced it yet,
Yep.
but all the sites are teasing it.
Yep. So they're looking at doing their vendor show and tacking on a few more days to make it a public event. In the GC, am I right?
The Gold Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
That is like, how many people are gonna go there? I don't understand.
Yeah.
Well,
hardcore gamers.
Yeah.
Maybe. You know what Brisbane's like? They all like to get out. There's not much to do up there, I guess.
They just like to cosplay. That's not an expo. That's just cosplay.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking, why don't you choose Melbourne? Or hey, you know that capital city in New South Wales that has the biggest population in this country?
Yeah, they could do that, but you know what the problem is there? Then the publishers can't go anywhere. It's not a holiday for them.
I don't think that's the point.
In the Gold Coast, they can go out and party.
Oh well, they can party.
Weren't we up there for the last one?
No.
Oh, I was up there for Duke Nukem. That's when they had the last one was when Duke Nukem was on.
Oh, okay.
And everybody was up in Brisbane.
Okay. And did they all get drunk and stuff?
I don't remember.
You know where they should have it? Either Hobart,
Yeah.
Darwin, or Perth. One of those.
I don't see a point.
Because no one ever gets to go to those places. So why not make it out somewhere that,
Nobody's ever been to before.
Yeah. How awesome would that be?
No, it sounds terrible.
Or Adelaide.
Do they have power in Tasmania?
Adelaide. Imagine that. EB Games Adelaide Expo. That'd be awesome.
But would you pay for this event?
No.
You wouldn't pay?
No.
Would you trade in 3 games to go to the event?
That'd be hilarious. Do you know they would probably do that? They would probably have a poster in every store saying, "Come to the expo. It costs X amount of dollars, or trade in 3 games."
And it only costs you $2.
Oh no! The poster will actually say free. And it'll have a little asterisk next to the last E, and then
if you trade in your Sony PlayStation 250 gig console or something,
plus 4 games,
yeah,
and your PSP.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't know. I wouldn't pay for it. I mean, we see these type of games all the time. But your ordinary consumer might, that is, a bit of a fan of video games.
You really?
I could see them.
But we pay for Supernova, don't we? Oh, we have.
But we don't go and see video games when we go there.
Yeah, that's true.
We go for the celebrities.
Yeah.
The Buffy.
But they'll have they'll have video game celebrities at this thing, won't they? They had Randy last year.
That was probably it. And everybody else is all publishers.
You know who they should get?
Who?
Tetsuya Mizuguchi.
Yeah?
From Q Entertainment. He's kind of hot right now.
Is he?
Yeah, he makes like awesome games.
I'm sure he does.
Like Rez.
Like Rez. I've heard about this one.
Yes, and Space Channel 5. The best game in the world. Yeah, I don't get to mention that often enough, so I have to do it here. Plug, Space Channel 5.
All right. Moving on.
So this expo. No, well, let's wrap this expo shit up. Do you think it's gonna be a success?
I think so. With Gen Con no longer around, what was the other one? E-Games is no longer around.
I think it's going to be a success from the point of view of, you're going to get a lot of game coverage there.
You've got all your publishers there.
But public-wise, do you think it's going to get enough cover? Like, are there going to be enough people that go to this thing? Is there going to be enough coverage from everyone?
Yes, because all the publishers there, they're showing their biggest games towards the end of the year. So from, August to November is usually when the big bunch come out. They'll be showing all their top games, and people want to go and see them.
But we see all that shit already.
We do.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah,
the general public doesn't, and for them,
they don't need to. They come and read our site.
They should,
and they go. Damn! I wish I was able to play that.
Exactly.
And then now EB Games is giving them their wish.
So EB is screwing us over again. I think so. Once again, those fuckers.
We shouldn't be reporting on this stuff.
No,
it's giving them free coverage.
Delete it.
Yeah. Pretend we didn't talk for the last 5 minutes.
At least 10, I think. 5 minutes.
I told you I don't need a minute.
Oh, okay. Tic Tac.
We did get Tic Tacs, didn't we?
No,
have you had any Tic Tacs yet
from
your little goodie bag? Okay, we'll come back to that goodie bag.
Somewhere.
But Fireman bought over.
Yes.
By EA.
EA's doing that a lot lately.
Did you see that coming? At all?
Not really. I don't pay much attention to that. Small market area.
So be nice. 5 minute good.
What they do? Flight Control.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you, what games have they done?
Flight Control
and
Flight Control. Oh, they did the one on the Flight Control with the Move.
Oh, a Flight Control Move.
Yeah, okay, yeah. That was the second one they did.
Okay. They did
Flight Control
on the iPad.
Oh, Flight Control on the iPad.
Yeah.
Oh, they did one on the iPhone. iPod Touch.
I see a theme here.
Facebook?
I see a theme. They like to go across all platforms.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty good theme.
They should have just changed the name from Fireman to Flight Control.
So what's going to happen now? EA's bought them.
Nothing will happen.
Are they gonna branch out? Are they going to perhaps make Flight Control 2?
Flight Control HD.
I think that's the Move version, isn't it?
2. Yeah, these jokes are terrible.
We're sorry, Fireman. We actually do like Flight Control.
Yeah, Flight Control's great.
I just don't want to play it all the time.
Yeah, no, I think they'll be left alone. We saw Iron Monkey down in Melbourne. Yep. They were acquired by EA. I don't know. Have you spoken to them before?
No, you have.
You
did that thing.
Yeah, I've seen the guys. They did Dead Space on the iPhone. And they've done Need for Speed as well. So they've done a lot of EA titles.
I don't remember any. Oh, I played the Need for Speed.
We played the Need for Speed one.
But I played all the way through the Dead Space one on the iPad, and it's an amazing game. If you guys have an iPad out there and you've not played this, go get Dead Space. It's really good. Don't play it on the iPhone. I think that's stupid.
Play it on the iPad with the headphones.
It's meant for the iPad. I remember on my last flight coming back from Perth, I was playing it on the iPad, and this dude came up to me. He's like, "That's so awesome."
Yeah.
Like, that's really cool. Just the way you control it and stuff. And I was like, "Yeah, it's a really good game. You should go get it."
Yeah. Well, from what I heard when I spoke to the guys at Iron Monkey, I mean, not a big change happened to those guys at all. It was kind of just EA coming in and I guess doing their normal thing. They weren't people lost their jobs and whatnot. It's the same studio, and they've just been given these opportunities to work at some well-known franchises, which is cool.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna lose any jobs.
No.
But I do have a feeling that they might get asked to work on
the first-person shooter flight control.
No, just like the secondary version of something. Like say maybe if they're making Battlefield 3 for Xbox and for PlayStation 3, maybe they might get asked to work on
An iPhone game, yeah.
on Battlefield 3 for the iPhone or for the 3DS.
That makes sense, yeah.
So and I'm not sure I like that because that gives them the reputation that they just do, the secondary ports. It's kind of lame.
Yeah, but I mean, the Dead Space ones and all that sort of stuff, they've been pretty solid games.
But that game is like its own standalone game. It's not a version of Dead Space. It's actually
What's to say that the
story.
Battlefield one isn't its own standalone tower defense game or something like that?
if they do that, that'll be good. But if it's gonna be, here's a dumbed down version of what you can actually get on a proper console, no thanks.
You wouldn't play it?
No.
You stick with your flight control?
I will probably not even go back to flight control.
Yeah, we should probably have like a disclaimer at the front that says every time we say flight control, you have a shot.
I've played that game.
Yeah. It doesn't end well.
Nah,
for anybody.
How are we doing for time?
We got plenty of time.
We got plenty of time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mortal Kombat.
Are we allowed to talk about this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to pull that out there to make you think about it.
We can talk about whatever we want on here. We're on the internets.
This game is awesome.
It is amazing.
It is. Should we recommend that people find a way of getting this game?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, I'm putting it out there as that's something that we might have said if we wanted to. How far have you gotten?
I'm about 7 or 8 chapters into the story mode.
Okay.
And about 30 into the challenge tower. Because we've been busy with a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
so.
I know. Yeah, I'm not anywhere near where you've gotten to, and I've only had the game for a couple of days, but I've sat down and actually played it.
We played the shit out of the demo. Like every time we basically get together for the drinks, we'd spend hours just playing the demo with the same 4 characters. Sorry, same 3. No one was Melina because she's shit.
She's not that bad. I could beat you with Melina.
You could.
Yeah. She likes to bite people and stuff, and then she gets her boobs into the screen.
Yeah.
When she wins a round, she'll just rub her boobs on the screen. That's pretty funny. But who do you like to play as so far in the game?
I don't know because I'm still doing the story mode, so I haven't had a feel for everybody.
Yeah, but you would have played a fair bit of that already.
Yeah.
Or even what you've played with us in terms of test.
Well, with you guys, I've had fun playing with Smoke or Noob. He's alright.
Yeah, I don't like Smoke.
Yeah.
I think he's
a bit of a dodgy character.
Like Nightwolf. I don't like Nightwolf either.
I don't like Liu Kang.
No, he's alright.
What is it? Low fireball, high fireball, and
bicycle kick.
Bicycle kick. That's all he can do.
It looks awesome. His bicycle kick
and flying kick.
Yeah, flying kick. Yeah, but that's
It's a hard game as well, which is I really like. It gets very difficult in there. Some of the challenges are really awesome, and I think it's in terms of the way I've been describing this to people is I think it's a better packaged game than Marvel vs. Capcom and Street Fighter. I think in terms of a fighter, if Capcom looked at what,
I think it's a different experience.
It is different, but if they looked at it and did a game like that, Street Fighter would, I think, open up and appeal to a wider audience.
Nah.
Totally would. You'd bring up because it's a game where you don't know how to play. There's so many combination of buttons and whatnot. It's not an easy game to learn.
Well, that's what you mean, Street Fighter.
Yeah, Street Fighter.
Yeah, well, that's the whole part of it. That's the hardcoreness about Street Fighter. That's why they've got the casual version called Street Fighter 4 3D,
2 buttons
3DS. Yeah,
you press the button and fireball for you.
No one wants to play that crap. But no, they're different games, man. It's like comparing Tekken to UFC. They're both fighting games, but you can't compare them, right?
But even with Marvel vs. Capcom, there's not a good tutorial system of how to fight. This shows you, it teaches you how to play the game.
You need a tutorial to play Marvel vs. Capcom? No, you shouldn't even be playing it.
Why? Because I'm not Asian. Is that what you're saying?
No, it's because you're lame at fighting games. If you can't play Marvel vs. Capcom without a tutorial, go back to preschool, buddy.
But it's not just the tutorial, but the story mode shits all everything in those two games.
I'll give you that. The story mode for Mortal Kombat is pretty awesome. I'm pretty pleased with not just what they put in, but how much of it they put into this game.
There's a lot. It's an introduction of not just characters that you see in the game, but you also see a lot of backstory and you see Jax before he's lost his arms, and you kind of find out how that happens.
Yeah,
and
you see how Cyrax and
before they're turned into
Sector.
cyborgs. And
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like
that. That stuff's really cool. Yeah.
But I think from just playing this game, they had a lot of time to put it all together. With things like Street Fighter and Marvel vs. Capcom, they're on a tight schedule and tight budget. You know, they probably come up with the ideas of what they want to put in there, but then they have to slowly take things out. But with Mortal Kombat, it's like they had all these ideas and they managed to cram them all into the game, which is awesome.
Yeah.
What's your favorite mode?
Out of the party mode,
story or challenge, and
I haven't played enough, but I think the party mode is pretty interesting.
Yeah, test your luck is the most fun you can have with mates.
Or worst.
Always.
It basically gives you random modifiers, and sometimes it'll assign it to either you or both players or the other person.
It's like a slot machine, basically.
Yeah.
And you have... It actually defaults to 4. I didn't realize that. I thought it defaulted to 7, but that's
You can have up to like 7.
Yeah, that's us being stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah, we made it up to 7 different slots.
So some of them might be like you fight without a head, or you fight without arms, or your buttons are reversed.
Narcolepsy.
Yeah, you just fall asleep randomly. Fireballs will shoot from the sky, you've got to try and avoid them, or ice balls which freeze you, flames shoot up from under the ground.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, there's one called Dark Combat. The screen just goes completely black and you can't see. You fight without health bars, or super meter, vampire mode, regeneration. I mean, there's just all these different combinations and modes in there, and it's just a bit of fun, which is really cool.
I think anyone who gets narcolepsy, which is the one where you fall asleep
It's just automatic
randomly,
death.
yeah, you just can't win.
My favorite is uppercut recovery, quick uppercut recovery.
Oh, so it's
and you just sit there and just uppercut, and they can't do anything.
If they've got fireballs, they can.
Nah, you just uppercut and get him in the corner, and that's it. It's so funny to watch.
I think Psychosis is fun. That's where the screen flips upside down.
That's hard.
And you're on the roof, and the controls are the same, but your perception is the opposite. So
You're screwed if you get the other one, the confused one, because then it flips the buttons as well.
Oh, does it really?
Yeah, and that just screws you right up. Because every once in a while the buttons change on you, I think.
Yeah, it's good fun. There's some in there that don't make any difference, like Rainbow Blood and...
Right, yeah, that one's silly.
What's that other one? I can't remember. Zombie mode.
Zombie
stuff
mode,
like
yeah.
that.
Anyway, let's move on.
Why don't you like to talk
we
about
just
Mortal
talked
Kombat?
like 6 minutes about Mortal Kombat.
Oh, okay, alright.
Next one. So this week we've gone and checked out a lot of upcoming games. We went to Warner Brothers and saw 3. One of the first ones was a new Lord of the Rings game.
What's it called again?
War of the North or something? War in the North? Just shows how much...
something in North.
It's snowing, basically.
It's
snowing, it's got
it was not very
dwarfs
impressive.
and humans and elves.
Do you think it appeals to anyone except for
Lord of the Rings fans? I don't know. They said it was coming out in 2011,
but
it still seemed like it had, I don't know, maybe a little way to go.
It's got issues, for sure. You can just tell by watching them play the game. But it's a 3-person co-op game, so you can play 3 people.
Yeah.
The thing that I found good was you can play 3 people, but split screen, as in like 2 people on one console and 1 person on another.
Yeah.
And you can do that through System Link or online.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Co-op's always good fun.
But yeah, all the enemies in the game would just suddenly just freeze up, or you'd freeze up, and then the troll would come and hit you and smash you or something. Yeah, they should have fixed those before they even showed us that stuff.
Yeah, it was a preview, but nothing in there it really interested me. It seemed just like another, dungeon crawler type thing.
Yeah.
With, Lord of the Rings slapped on it. It could be good. I mean, we didn't get to play it, we only got to watch it, but who knows. Anyway.
But the other game that was probably better...
Fithria. That's the official title.
Yeah, I find it very difficult to pronounce.
Fithria.
But I'm getting there. Fithria.
The third in the franchise.
Now we need to describe the setting of how we saw this game.
Alright, so...
A little bit.
We got basically hoarded off with most of the other journos, I'd say.
Yeah.
And this is the first room we went into. So they pulled back the curtains, we all walked in, there's beanbags all over the place.
Yeah.
In the corner is a dude standing there next to a hospital bed.
Yeah, hospital stretcher bed.
And he's got all these tools next to him, and
Oh,
he's
did he? I didn't see that.
yeah,
I
he's
saw
got
all
like
the blood.
he's dressed up in like a doctor's uniform. There's blood everywhere, and then he's playing with all his instruments. Behind him, there's a cardboard cutter of Paxton Fettel, or one of the characters that you play in the game, who's from the second Fear game, I believe. First one was Point Man, and then to the right of him is the two screens that are set up, and then to the right of that is Alma, someone sitting as Alma. Pregnant Alma, very pregnant,
Alma.
angry-looking Alma.
Yeah.
So when I walked in, I saw the cardboard cutout of Fettel, and then I went and sat down in one of the closest beanbags, and the guy next to me sat down. I'm not sure who he was either. He sat down. We're kind of chilling out, and then to my right, I see this thing moving where Alma is sitting, and I actually thought it was a cardboard cutout. And the guy next to me thought it was the same thing because we didn't realize she was being so, really still, and it freaked the shit out of both of us. Because she started moving, we were like, "What the fuck?" And we both thought it was cardboard cutouts. So.
She just kept stroking her womb.
Yeah,
belly.
and she looked really pissed off.
Yeah.
She stayed in character for like the whole session.
I tried to break her. Like every time she'd look over, I'd just give her this huge cheesy smile and try to make her laugh. She didn't crack? She didn't crack at all. She's like one of those trained
soldiers.
The guys outside Buckingham Palace.
Yeah.
That type thing.
You try and pretend you're going to punch them in the dick, and they they don't flinch at all.
She did really well. I was quite impressed with that. But what did you think of the game?
I am a big Fear fan. I enjoyed the first and second one. I think the story's great. I really like the gameplay in both of them, and I will eat the third one up. It looks great. I'm keen as they've got this co-op. It's built around co-op this time. So there's... Oh my god, how could you not like it?
Did it look scary at all?
We didn't see anything scary.
Exactly.
Because it was like the first 10 minutes of the game.
The game's called Fear.
Oh.
So what do? You show everyone all balls out action Call of Duty style? Is that what you do?
Yeah, why not?
You show them something scary.
That's what everyone else loves these days.
You show them something
You can't show them something scary with, 20 people sitting in the room with you. Who's going to get scared? You're holding the
You can make that scary. I could make that scary.
How?
Just turn all the lights off.
And then what?
And then
you hold the guy's hand next to you so you don't get scared.
It was not scary whatsoever. They didn't even try to show us anything scary.
It just wouldn't work in that environment.
Well, they should have tried. It's like all they did was show us like all balls out action. Like, hey, this is how this game.
They did, and the balls out action looked awesome. So you're playing two different characters. Quickly describe it. One is Point Man. The other one is Fettel. One of them's dead. The other one's not. So the corporeal one basically has the being able to slow down time and whatnot, bullet time. The other one's able to take over other enemy bodies, and it's basically like a ghost but can't walk through walls. And you use different puzzle elements and whatnot to try and progress through the levels. That's if you're playing with co-op. If you're playing single player, I guess, from what I've heard previously, we didn't get to see it, but those elements do come into play. It's just more of an AI-controlled component. And the other thing they pointed out was this time they've got dynamic scares. So if something happens at one point in the game, if you replay that or you reload the game, it may not happen at the same location. You could get something entirely differently, which I think is pretty cool because that then changed things up a little bit. I think Dead Space did something like that.
No, I don't think they did.
They didn't?
No. But Left 4 Dead did about 4 years ago.
Alright, well Dead Space 2 didn't then.
No, I don't think they did.
Well, alright.
All the scares were in the same place.
Yeah, well they're trying to do something different, which is cool. And they've got... What's that scary director's name? Does all the scary films.
Wes Craven?
No, not Wes Craven.
No idea.
Some scary man. He's directing it.
Okay.
Someone wrote it. Yeah, he's scary.
Okay.
Freddy Krueger. So that was cool. I like it. I'm gonna eat that shit up.
Yeah, you're fapping too much over this.
I am.
It's really not all that. You're talking this up way too much.
Batman.
Yeah, this is the game you're actually meant to talk about.
Batman. We saw Batman.
Na. Yeah.
Batman.
Okay. Arkham City. We were showing the trailer that was out how long ago?
Months.
Yeah, that was
the Spike VGA Awards.
Yeah. Which was like, okay, we've all seen this. But then they took us through the GDC demo.
Yep, which
was pretty good. It was a mission where you had to save Catwoman.
Yes. Two-Face had wrangled her up.
Yep.
strung her upside down, and we had to jump in and save her. Not we were actually shown. We had to watch, but
yeah. I think the best part of it was the guy who was showing it to us. He
was very entertaining.
Yeah, awesome commentary from him. But there was another mission where we saw Harlequin, and then she left, and then we had to go up against 4 gunmen.
Yes.
Remember that?
Yep.
Yeah. So and the whole idea behind showing us that was to show us the dialogue that they have in the game.
Yeah, they've got the writers on from, I think it was the TV series for the cartoon.
Oh, okay.
And there's basically a shit ton of dialogue in this now, and they've got, you know, Mark Hamill's in there, the guy that voices Batman. I can't tell you because I'm not a Batman nerd. He's in there, but there's stacks more dialogue this time around. And if you kind of let things play out a little more, you'll be able to hear some of that dialogue. Whereas if you just jump in straight into the action, you won't notice it.
Yeah, so sometimes you just got to hold back. And,
you'll be rewarded.
Sit and listen, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, the game looks cool. They've tweaked the fighting system. Apparently, there's a heap more animations in there. I
think that was sort of blown out of proportion. Like, we were shown a bit where they had 48 enemies on screen at the one time.
Yeah.
And as soon as you jump into that battle with the enemies, there's only 6 or 7 of them.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they made the statement that, you know, oh, he's Batman, he can take on all these people. We've made a real emphasis on being able to take on so many more enemies this time around. And he actually pointed out and said, down here there's 48 guys. And we're going to see what happens when we jump in and try and go them all. And he jumps down.
And they all run away.
Yeah, 80% of the guys run out of the room, and he left fighting with 6 guys. And it was like, oh, yeah, why did you say that? It just makes it look bad.
Yeah. Probably shouldn't have talked that one up, guys.
Yeah, thanks.
But the game looks great. We can already tell it's going to be a great game. They've got 6 more months to
polish it. Apparently, from what they said, it's done. They're just polishing.
Yep.
Which is good.
Yeah.
Because the original was very polished, I think. This one's a lot more open world and whatnot. You're no longer in Arkham Asylum. It's in the city, so you can go around and venture out and about and do side quests and do all the Riddler stuff, which looks awesome.
Why is there no Robin or Batwoman?
Why?
Yeah.
Because I don't know. Maybe there is. We just don't know about it yet.
See, that could be like co-op mode, Batman and Robin.
But who wants to play as Robin?
You can jump into the next level like Lord of the Rings has, and have 3 people with Batwoman.
Oh, Alicia Silverstone.
Who else is on? Yeah, she looked pretty hot. Who else is on Batman's side in his universe?
Batman.
Yeah, so he's got those 2.
Superman.
Is there anyone else that helps him? Not in the Batman universe, not in DC universe.
Alfred.
Oh, great, fantastic.
I don't know. I'm a Marvel fanboy.
Is there going to be Mr. Freeze in this one?
I don't know. They haven't announced it.
That would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
I like Arnie.
So yeah, that looks cool. That was a good game. I enjoyed it. What else do we see?
Go buy it now.
Yeah. Pre-order at the EB Games Expo.
The last one we saw was earlier today.
Yes.
We saw Infamous 2. The sequel to Infamous. Just in case you didn't pick that up. Infami is the plural.
Yeah.
So it's like Infamous and then Infami.
Yeah.
But we got to spend time with the developers from Sucker Punch.
Yes.
Or one of them, and the other one was the comms manager that was there as well, and they talked us through a fair chunk of the game. Mm-hmm. Did you play the first one, Luke?
I did.
Did you like the first one?
I thought it was pretty good. I played it last year, so I didn't play it when it was released. But I thought it held up pretty well.
Yeah, it's an amazing game. It's probably the only game. It's the only game that I've actually played all the way through and done everything that needed to be done.
There's a lot of side quests in that game.
Yeah. I really enjoyed that game. And
you play as good or bad?
I did both. I did good first, and then I went back and did bad.
I did evil. Yeah.
But apparently, you have more fun in evil.
Of course.
Which I think I did. Yeah, I had a bit more fun. The power's a bit different. That's all. So what we got to do was play the game, and we got to play 2 separate parts, didn't we? We got to play one that was mission based, and it had a ice giant at the end of it.
Yep.
Yeah, and then
it was basically us going around warehouses, smashing up bad dudes, and going through safes, trying to find something.
Yeah.
And then at the end there was a giant Iceman that came after us. So there's all these different powers in it now. Whereas before it was electricity focused.
Yeah. So now you've got ice added to that.
Now you've got ice, fire.
Yeah, ice and fire. But we didn't get to see anything with fire.
No, or really ice.
Kept that pretty No, we did.
Did we?
Did we?
No, the enemies had ice.
Oh yeah, yeah. You did.
We just had electricity.
So that must be fairly early in the game then.
Yeah.
That bit is. But in the first warehouse I was in, because you had to find the safe, and the safe's in one of the crates.
Yep.
And I busted open every single crate, and I could not find the safe. It was nowhere, and I was getting a bit frustrated. Eventually, I went outside of the building, climbed on top on the roof, and there's like another little level just above the roof.
There's
bit.
a ladder.
Did you find that?
Yeah, the ladder.
What ladder?
There's a ladder there to go up to the second
Could
story.
you not tell me that there was a ladder? Did you?
Oh, I thought you'd played video games before.
Oh, shut up, you. And up there, I knocked down all the crates, and I still couldn't find a safe. And there was just one last crate hanging up above on the roof that had to be opened, and that was the one that had the safe in it. I opened every other crate box in that fucking warehouse, and none of them had it. That
was
really
the last one.
pissed me off, because I spent like a good 5 minutes trying to do that when it should have been a 1 minute job.
Oh,
Yeah, not happy.
not happy.
But a lot of the powers were unlocked for us because we had like things like the grenade electricity, but the big one is the vortex.
Yeah, the vortex looks really cool.
So that's where Cole's able to just he
Just unleashes.
He does this 360 turn into the camera, and then just he unleashes this vortex, which is like a mini
big
cyclone.
tornado thing.
Yeah. How is that electric? That's more wind.
It's got like electricity flying out of it. So yeah, I'll let him pass
wind.
that.
It's wind power.
Yeah.
And I like the move that you do when you press R2, and Cole raises up cars that are right next to him.
And then you just throw them next.
And he just throws them out. That's pretty awesome. I like that power.
And the there's a bit of an emphasis on the cinematic style of the game now as well.
Do you think the game was impressive?
Yeah.
It looks
compared
better,
to the last one.
It looks better than the first one, but it's still like
I think it looks awesome.
the game. What I really hate seeing is seeing those obvious straight lines on like a body. Like if you've got an arm without any sleeves on, and then you just see that straight line coming off that arm. I hate that. I hate that look. Like we are well beyond that shit right now, and we still see it in games.
They could still finish. I mean, there's another month left.
Nah, man, that stuff's not going to be fixed up in a month.
We'll see. But I mean, the destructible environments, everything seems to blow up in this game. That warehouse we were going through, I tore the shit out of it. There weren't any walls left in the warehouse when I was done with it.
You're so powerful, Luke.
Yeah. Destructible environments was pretty cool. What else was there?
The other level we got to play. Did you play this one?
No, I watched you.
Was the Behemoth? Is that how you say
Behemoth.
it? Behemoth. Me no English. The Behemoth was this massive. What was it? It was just this massive thing. So it was
vagina monster.
It looked like a bit of a vagina monster because it had these flaps that would open up and pink shiny bits would be on the inside.
You gotta shoot them.
And it had teeth as well, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, just like a vagina.
Yeah.
And it's it was hard to beat, but I think we were on cheater mode where you couldn't die.
Couldn't die.
And you had a lot of powers. So
unlimited.
all I did was just keep picking up cars
Just spam.
and throwing them at him, and that was good fun. I like the part that impressed me about that was all the action that goes on around you.
Yeah.
So you see people running like chaotically, and then you see those, what are those guys called from the first game?
I don't know.
But they're shooting at this big behemoth.
And then you just vortex them.
Yeah, and you vortex all of them, and
They'll get sucked in.
yeah, straight into the enemy. But I enjoyed that. That was good fun.
And they showed us the little big infamous.
Yeah, they told us about user generated content.
Yeah.
Which sounds interesting, but I'm one of those people that's just going to sit back and just go, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, watch other people do it.
Yeah, I'm not a Little Big Planet fan, which I figured out after playing the first one.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it could be cool.
I'm happy for people to make stuff for me to play, but I'm not going to sit there for hours making some mission.
You sure?
Yeah, but they didn't say how many actual missions the game has, did they? They just say there's unlimited missions because you can make as many of your own as you want.
Yeah.
That's kind of a cop-out.
I'm sure there's a lot.
Yeah, I hope so. There was 99 in the first one, right?
No, that was just a marketing thing.
Yeah, but there were like 99 in the first one. Like side quest missions?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Good on you, Luke.
He said there were more.
You only played this game last year. I played it 2 years ago.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Suck. But I'm looking forward to it. It's only about a month out.
Yeah, a month out, which is surprising. I thought it was longer.
What else is Sony doing after this?
What do you mean?
Like, what's their next big thing? Gran Turismo's out.
Last Guardian.
Killzone's out. Yeah, but that's not till next year now. I don't know.
Prototype?
They've got to release something.
No,
that's Activision.
That's the other one. I don't know. They'll make something. NGP.
NGP. Yeah.
Uncharted.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes, very good.
That's it.
Are we done?
I think we're done.
Fuck.
It's time to go E3 yet? Or what's going on?
Yeah, I got my plane ticket.
A month, Jay.
Yeah.
We've already booked. How many?
How many?
A
what?
lot. We've already booked a lot of stuff for E3, so you guys should keep an eye out on the website. We've got a lot of cool stuff coming up.
We've booked heaps and like strippers every night.
At least 3.
I don't need 3. I'm cool with 1.
Not greedy?
No,
Okay.
I can share.
Cool.
So yeah, thanks for joining us this week. We will not be back next week.
We will not be back next week.
No.
Matt and Barry will be back next week.
Yeah,
Matt,
someone else will come.
Matt has a third head, I believe.
What?
He's back from Japan.
I don't understand.
You don't understand.
What do you mean?
Third
he has a
head
third head
from Japan.
I don't get it.
You'll get it later once I explain it to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye.
See ya.
I don't get it. Third head, Japan.
Radiation.
Radiation.
Oh, too soon. Too soon.